Despite globalization and the blending of cultures, the world remains diverse, especially when it comes to religious norms and traditions. One of the questions we will explore today is the attitude towards the Burkini, a special swimsuit designed for Muslim women. Is wearing it acceptable from a religious standpoint, and how is it perceived in different countries and cultures? A Burkini is a type of swimsuit designed for Muslim women, which covers the entire body except for the face, hands, and feet. It combines elements of traditional Muslim attire, such as the burqa and hijab, with the functionality of a swimsuit. The Burkini was created in 2004 by Australian designer of Muslim descent, Ahida Zanetti. The main goal of this garment is to allow Muslim women to adhere to religious modesty requirements while feeling comfortable at the beach or pool. Modesty is one of the fundamental moral precepts in Islam. It encompasses both outward appearance and behavior. Women in Islam are advised to wear modest clothing that covers their bodies. Several hadiths, sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, mention the importance of modesty. Islamic scholars agree that women should not expose their bodies to unrelated men, and this applies not only to everyday clothing but also to swimsuits. However, Islam does not prohibit women from swimming or enjoying time by the water. The key issue is adhering to the principle of modesty, which can be observed through various solutions, including the Burkini. Islamic scholars generally consider the Burkini acceptable because it covers the woman's body entirely, leaving only the face, hands, and feet exposed. As long as the woman adheres to other principles, such as avoiding excessive adornment and maintaining moderation, the Burkini is seen as compatible with Islamic teachings. The question of whether wearing a Burkini is permissible evokes different reactions in various Muslim countries. In some countries, such as Saudi Arabia, where strict Sharia laws are enforced, women are expected to wear not only a hijab but also an abaya, a long dress. In such countries, even the existence of the Burkini may be seen as a somewhat non-traditional approach. On the other hand, in countries like Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the United Arab Emirates, attitudes towards the Burkini are more liberal. In these countries, women can freely wear such swimsuits without violating religious norms, and it is seen as a compromise between tradition and modern living conditions. Nevertheless, in some countries where Islam is not followed as strictly, wearing a Burkini might be perceived as excessive religiosity or an attempt to stand out from other women. This can spark discussions both among Muslims and those who follow other religions or adopt a secular worldview. In countries with predominantly secular values, such as in Europe, the Burkini has become the subject of heated debates and political discussions. For example, in France, the issue of the Burkini became a point of controversy. In 2016, several French beaches imposed a ban on wearing the Burkini, sparking strong criticism from Muslim communities and human rights activists. Opponents of the ban argued that it violated freedom of religion and a woman's personal freedom to choose what to wear. Supporters of the ban, on the other hand, claimed that it was necessary to uphold secularism and values that supposedly contradict the Burkini's presence. This conflict led to numerous legal battles and public protests. In 2017, the French Constitutional Council ruled that the Burkini ban was unconstitutional, but the debate around the issue continues to persist in public and political spheres. Thus, the Burkini can be seen as a symbol of religious identity or, conversely, as a symbol of opposition to traditional values, and it is in this context that it generates such sharp discussions. Is it allowed for a Muslim woman to swim in a Burkini? Islam itself does not prohibit women from enjoying time at the beach, but it is important that the clothing complies with the principles of modesty. From this standpoint, the Burkini is a suitable choice for a Muslim woman, as it allows her to observe religious teachings while being comfortable enough to swim. However, it is important to remember that the question of whether wearing a Burkini is permissible depends on the interpretation of religious norms, which can differ in different countries and even among different Islamic schools. Every Muslim has the right to interpret these norms based on personal beliefs and cultural traditions. In general, it can be said that the Burkini is a perfectly acceptable choice for a Muslim woman who wants to follow religious precepts while enjoying time at the beach. However, the context should be taken into account. both in terms of local authorities' attitudes toward the Burkini and the cultural features of different regions. In any case, this question remains in the realm of personal choice and interpretation, and each Muslim woman must decide for herself what approach best aligns with her faith and lifestyle.